So it just keeps happening. It just keeps happening. Zion Williamson is injured again. Zion Williamson injured again. I don't think anyone is a surprise. When you hear Zion Williamson's name, you think injury. And that is something that we've heard for a half a decade. Lads, the first time Zion Williamson picked up an injury in the NBA and missed significant time was before the pandemic. Zion has played one healthy season, and there were no fans. Zion has not played a full healthy season with fans in his career. I just want to make a point of that. He has not played a healthy season with fans. That is an issue. That's a big, big issue. And I know some people are going to probably undershoot the importance of that, but like, for me, that's a massive, massive issue. And yeah, I think it's something that a lot of people for years, including the Pelicans organization, were probably like, oh, it's not the biggest deal in the world. It's not the, like, he'll get good, he'll get skinny. But he got skinny this year and he still got hurt. The weight, I said it a year or two ago, I didn't know how much the weight was affecting. I was like, everyone's talking about the weight. I'm like, I don't think it's the weight. I think his body's just letting him down. Like, he's already had all these lower, like these soft tissue injuries, hamstring injuries, everything. I think his body, just the force he puts through his body, even losing weight, he's not losing enough weight to stop a significant amount of force coming through. Just fell to my knees in a more parking lot. Shout out Mike. Shout out Coop as well. The old 2K community. Back in the day. This has to be the end of his time in New Orleans. We can't keep doing this. Every season, once you see that one windmill, you know it won't be long. Please get Zion out of New Orleans. It's clear and obvious it will never click and work out from there. Get him a change of scenery. Like, I don't know if being in New Orleans is why he tore his right adductor. If you wanted to make the excuse of him being in New Orleans is why he was heavy, then you're getting rid of any accountability from him. But at the same time, there is no logic whatsoever. No logic whatsoever for a team to trade for Zion. I wonder what you could get for Zion. I still think you could get maybe a young player on a first. Purely based off a team saying, you know what, if we can get Zion healthy. But like, you can't use the weight clause anymore. There was a world where if Zion Williamson becomes a negative asset, you could just use the weight clause. You can't use the weight clause. And the worst thing about this for the Pelicans is that they have a player who operates in the same space as Zion and Derek Queen, who is a bit of a defensive liability, who is going to need to be for Derek Queen to be effective, he's going to need the ball in his hands a lot, who looks like they might want to build around. Jeremiah Fears looks good. It looks like they did well in the draft. It's going to look like an absolute disaster if they give up one of the top 2 or 3 picks. But at the end of the day, they're not in a good spot at all. They're really not in a good spot at all. But you're really the best in your draft class. Who's that? Tyler Hero? No. Garland? And RJ Barrett's been alright? Nah. Jazz probably been the best in the draft class. But like, whenever a new Zion out for X weeks from now, I always think back to when him and B.I. clown CJ for his stretching routine. I mean, let's take a listen to this.
Yo, did you pick these questions, bro? These are all for you. A yoga instructor?
Yoga instructors OD, I would never do that.
Yo.
But I would definitely be a yogi.
I seen some crazy positions they get in the locker room.
Yo.
In the locker room stretching before the game.
Bro, you remember the thing he used to do last year? Yeah. He used to get on the ground and like start doing cycling kicks?
Yeah. Just like legs in the air, both of them.
Oh, that does not bode well for that. But at the same time, like, I don't know if stretching. I don't know if stretching for Zion Williamson is really why it's time for New Orleans to move on. Like, I don't think stretching for Zion Williamson might be the reason he's injured. Like, I don't know if his body's just made for it. Like, most people's bodies are not made for professional sports. We have to be honest here. Most people are not supposed to be professional athletes. Most people aren't. And Zion Williamson, it does not look like was supposed, like, his body, the amount of force he puts through his body every single time he jumps, the amount of work it takes to be an NBA player. I don't know if Zion Williamson's body was ever was ever going to last in an NBA season. Because obviously it hasn't up to this point. I don't know if it ever was going to. So yeah, that is obviously, look, that's a really interesting one. It's a really interesting thing to think about. It's a really interesting thing to talk about. Like, a lot of these NBA players to play the sport at this level, like, it's hard. It's tough on the body, and that's something that a lot of people don't talk about. A lot of people don't like to think about, that just the strain on the body of something like this. And I do think in general that Zion Williamson, when healthy, is great, but like, he could be one of those guys that ends up being a what if story, but maybe there's maybe they figure it out that he can only play 40 games a year, and in those 40 games he can only play 20 minutes a game. And I think we're going to see it more and more with players like Zion and Embiid, because of the pace of the game. You can't really just walk it down and take possessions off like you could have back in the day. You were able to last longer on a broken body back in the day. You legitimately can't. You cannot. If your body's broken in the NBA right now, you're done. The pace of the game's too high. So maybe there is, I think you might see it more and more, and it's going to be a ballsy move, the first GM that does it, or the first organization that does it. And you've seen a bit with Embiid's minutes, to just say, look, you're only playing. It's like, you're good for 60 games at 20 minutes a game. I don't care about your stats. I don't care about any of this. It's like, it's either this or you're going to play 10 games and be injured and be out of the league in 2 years. So anyway, yeah, that is pretty much it, lads. Let me know what you guys think. Do you guys agree? Do you guys disagree with what I'm saying? You guys can completely disagree, but it is looking like his body's just letting him down. It's looking like his body has just completely let him down. And with that being said, like, it happens to a lot of people, and it's going to continue to happen to more and more people, because at the end of the day, it is tougher on the body than ever before to be a pro NBA player. A lot of people are like, oh, the game's less physical. You don't get a calf injury from physicality. You get a calf injury from running, from the constant jumping, constant running, constant switching on screens, not being able to take possessions off. It's much tougher to play in the NBA now than ever before, on the body and the joints especially.